All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Incomplete to open things up. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Now, after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's Hill, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this 1st drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hughes. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 44-yard line. It's all right. 190. Mike is 59. Mike's at 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now it's Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10. Son, ground 80. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
How about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Jackson now forced out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And Jackson throwing once more. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Jaleel Scott, his second touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The first down run with Gurley, good for only about 3. It's second down now. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Gurley. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On his Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Jackson options out left. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 37 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. From the gun, it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. This is caught. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. To throw again is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20. 10, 5, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jackson, option right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Jackson now over 200 yards already in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jayon Brown coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, and he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, The thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Back 180. Back 180. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Check.
Gurley again here on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Gurley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A nice run there by Gurley on first down as he'll get about 7 out of it. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Derrick Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They run. It's Gurley. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Check 390. 380. This is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go. Here we go. Split.
A 1st down carry for Henry. Fights through and now a crease. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready? Black 11!
Here we go, G. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Todd Gurley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. Succop for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On second down, it's Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get him.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Let's go. Do it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Kill.
0. Back.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. and they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Check. Watch me before. All you get on the head.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here? Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Titans. Todd Gurley, 79 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said is they went back.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead will grow by one more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Cut.
To throw is Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Delta!
Again, it's Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. They go play action. Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hill. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Jackson being chased out. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 15. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Checking in on Houston, it's in the fourth quarter there. And the Bengals have extended their lead. A win would be just their second of the year if they could hold on. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And stiff arm number 2. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. 63 yards.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Set, 180. Go orange.
Here's Gurley. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves.